Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Making Interstellar. Today we have two very important games against Juventus and AC Milan in the Serie A. But before we get into that, we've got to recap what's gone on so far since the last game you saw. Now, the last match you saw was the 1-0 defeat away at Borussia Dortmund. We've been through that, we don't need to mention that too much more. Now, our league form's been pretty good since then. I'll just run through it very quickly because there's quite a few games. We beat Catania 2-1, goals from Insigne and Zaza, pulling us back from behind to get the victory there. We then beat Udinese 2-1 away from home, goals from Zaza and Sansone getting us the victory in that one. We then had a home tie against Atalanta where Domenico Berardi got the only goal of the game, which secured us the victory. As you can see, we're scraping results in this period. We weren't playing well, but we were scraping results, which I was happy with. And then, unfortunately, we had Dortmund in a home game, and it was very unlucky to lose the way we did. As you can see by the stats, we had a horrible first 7 minutes, and then we never really recovered from that. And Dortmund did the double over us and essentially won the group that way. Now, we bounced back from that with a 2-1 victory over Cagliari. Again, we scraped the win. Insigne and Zaza over the goals there. But thankfully we got a good result at home to Sassuolo. Zaza scoring a hat-trick against his former club. He seems to love scoring against Sassuolo. And which is just great news. Now you may notice there's a name missing. Mario Balotelli hasn't been scoring for a while. He's actually out for 2 months. He was out for 4 months with a torn calf muscle, so that's why he hasn't been playing, unfortunately. Now after the Sassuolo game, we invited Manchester United to the San Siro and we beat them 1-0. And that qualified us in second place in this group. So we have gone through in second place. Unfortunately, only second place, but that's what can you do about that? Dortmund were just too good for us over the 2 legs. Now, we then had the crunch game against Roma in the Serie A away from home, and we lost it 3-2. And I'll show you what that means for the league table very shortly. You've probably seen it, but I'll show you properly. We then put a weakened team out against Fenerbahce, went 1-0 down, but goals from Cataldi and Berardi and a Bruno Alves' own goal got us the victory in that one. As you can see, we played people like Calderola, Viviani, Crisetig, Cataldi. You know, it's a weakened team. Abate made his debut, Pelosi, both of them came back from injury at the same time from their broken feet. And unfortunately, the game we just played, we were very poor and we drew 2-2 at home with Sampdoria, which leaves us in a very awkward position in the league. As you can see, it is very, very... Roma, should I say, are at risk of pulling away. They're 7 points clear of us at the moment. If we lose to Juventus today, we are in a very poor position in the league. Now, we haven't been bad in the league by any stretch of the imagination, but Roma have just been unbelievably good. And if we lose today, it's going to put us in... No, it's early in the season, we're not halfway through yet. It's going to put us in a very tricky situation for the last half of the season. Now this year we can tick off one of our one of the challenges of our list. We can win the Serie A with all the Italian players, which leaves us a Champions League to go. Whether we do that or not, I do not know. It's not looking good at the moment. But if we could, even if we win the Champions League this year, which I don't know if we can, it's strange because we beat Man United twice, who are running away with the Premier League, but we couldn't beat Dortmund. So we're not that bad, but we're not great yet. But you know, we've got a good squad. And if we can tick off one of those trophies with an Italian team today, I'd be very happy. So let's get into the game. Team selection. Unfortunately, Ranocchia's tired for this one. So it's going to have to be an Ogbonna-Bianchetti partnership at the back, which I'm not too happy with. And we're actually going to start Berardi against his former club. As well as Pirlo as well. Hopefully they can come up big against their former teams. And we can get a good result here. We might as well just chuck Costa on the bench just for the sake of having a full bench. Now, yeah, we might as well just get into it. As you can see, Insigne now can play in that central role. We're going to see how he does today. And hopefully we can get a good result. We have to win this. We've just got to win it. And we're away from home, but we're going to go with our regular tactic. So let's get into this now. Juventus versus Inter. Apparently we're favourites. Tevez, Vidal and Pereira all out. Tevez being out is a good one because he always used to score against us. And as you can see, they're playing not with exactly a pacey front two with Llorente. I say that, yeah, 13 pace. And Dzeko, who must have about 13 pace. They're a physical front two rather than a pacey front two. But we'll see how we get on. Got to get the team hyped up. They're loving that so far. We're going to try and get Insigne hyped up. We have. Now, what about you, Zaza? You let me down. You let me down. But let's do this. Big crunch game at the top of the table. We win this. We separate ourselves from Juve and we close the gap on Roma. Let's hope we can do so. I've got to be honest. Yes! What a good start that is. Almost the goal for Pirlo against his former team, but Insigne was the quickest to react. We'll see that in 3D just to see what Buffon was. Pirlo with a lovely free goal. Not great goalkeeping there by Buffon. He just doesn't get up quick enough, and Insigne taps it in. But you may remember, we have already got one over on Juve so far this season. Oh God. No. Good. Where we beat them on penalties in the Italian Super Cup. You may remember Buffon taking their 5th penalty and missing it, which has got to be one of the strangest things I've ever seen in Football Manager. So we may have that psychological edge on them so far. Now, as we're proceeding, this seems to be fairly even. I think Juve are having the better of the chances going forward, but we're the ones with the lead at the moment, and I'd love it to stay this way. So Santon to Sansone here, and Bianchetti hits the bar from about 6 yards out. What a chance that was! We can't miss chance. It wasn't a clear-cut chance, to be fair. But we can't miss chances like that against a team of Juve's quality. But Zaza, we can still got a chance here as they look to break on us. Number 14 there, Bonner does well against Liechtensteiner. I'd love it to just get through to half-time with us in the lead. We shouldn't be letting them counter-attack. We should have enough about us to stop this. Chiellini to Pogba to Balanta. Back to Chiellini. He's playing on the left of that back line. As Llorente breaks through. Interesting. We've been caught out a lot with that kind of ball. We seem to have let strikers in behind us quite a bit. Now, what I may do just to counteract that, in the future, is push higher up. And I'm going to do that now. Just to they might leave a gap between the midfield and defence. If that's the case, I'll drop Pirlo back and play him as a defensive midfielder. But we've got to try and stop teams getting in behind us like that. It just seems to be a lack of communication. It didn't seem to happen too much last year with Costa in the back line, but now we're focusing on Bianchetti. It seems to have crept into our game a little bit. I feel like we should be doing more. If we look at that left wing, where is it? Juve formation. They're playing Chiellini out there. Now, I can't help but feel Sansone should be able to do something against him. Oh no, it's not Sansone, is it? It'll be Berardi. What's his pace like? We're going to change things up. We're going to go with a winger support for Berardi. We're going to chuck the Raumdeuter on the other side. And we're also going to try and exploit the right flank, just to see if we can exploit Chiellini's lack of pace a little bit there. This may be like a tactical fail. Hopefully it won't be. As Bonner recovers there, but it looks like it's going to be a goal for Juve. Oh, frustration! We're going to lose the Raumdeuter altogether for this match, for the rest of this match. We've got to play with 2 wingers. That's really disappointing. Sansone and Zaza both having poor games. Unfortunately, Ballard is not available. Don't do this, boys. Don't crumble. Well in. Now we've got a counter-attack here. Berardi, do something good. That's not good. That's just kind of a punt upfield, and we're going to concede here. You can just sense it or not. Can Sansone do something good? What a ball that is. Berardi against his former club. Buffon saves. Sansone crosses it. Oh, how have we not scored? No. This game hates me. Right. We're going to make a couple of changes. We're not going to do anything too drastic. We're just going to make 2 changes. We're going to bring on Sigarini for Florenzi because he's not playing particularly well today. And unfortunately, I'm going to bring on Churchy instead of Pelosi. That's because Pelosi hasn't had a lot of first team football. Well, he's only had last game for half an hour. So, well, not last game, the game before last. So hoping that Churchy, as he's kind of fitter, will be able to make more of an impact as Ogbonna does well there. Marquisio's through and misses a good chance. Right, that right flank option hasn't really worked. We're actually going to go more direct and remove that. And with doing so, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but we're going to leave it as such and see how we go. Bianchetti clears it. Can Churchill win that? He can't. Can we get the ball back soon though? Asamoah. Fuck's sake. What is that goal? Oh, how have we managed to do this? We haven't been as good as Juve in this match. As Pogba gets injured. I haven't got the people to bring on. Change this. Who's over 6.5? Berardi. We were doing so well at half time and now we've just lost it all. We have to. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Maybe I shouldn't have changed anything tactically. Maybe we can get a last. No, we're not going to get anything. The game's going to run away from us. No. And the title race is firmly out of our hands at the moment. We've lost to both our rivals away from home. You can't. 4-1 would be a bit harsh. That's awful. We're just terrible in the second half there. And we've really put ourselves in a tricky situation there. That's disappointing. Right, we'll move on. Obviously, the fans are going to be devastated, as they always are when we lose. We're still secure, untouchable. Obviously, they're not going to be happy that we lost to Juve, and they weren't happy that we lost to Roma. And they're not happy about the, half-time team. What am I talking about? My words are just gone. Forget it. Just forget what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got to move on from this. We're just going to continue through because there's not much point in just skipping it because we're going to do the Champions League knockout round draw as well in this episode, and hopefully we can bounce back with a big victory against AC Milan. You may remember we beat them 6-1 last year. So obviously we're hoping for a similar result. Honda is out of the derby game, which is fine by me. But we've got to bounce back. We're without a winning 3 in the league now. We are better than this. Oh, Scotta can get a professional contract. Why is his agent being a bit of a dick about this? It's interesting. We'll give him the average wage of about 11k, loyalty bonus of 10, and nothing for the agent. I don't like that. Okay, Scotta signing on a professional deal. Let's get into this knockout round draw and then a big game here. I'm thinking, would it be a good idea to do a team meeting? There we go. That's exactly the sort of reaction as after. We've got morale up a bit just before a derby game. Go away. Where is the knockout round draw? I don't want to miss it. There we go. So, the possible teams we could face are Bayern, Chelsea, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Real Madrid or Benfica. Obviously, I'd prefer Leverkusen or Benfica out of that lot. Let's see who we get. Manchester City will get Dortmund. Paris Saint-Germain will get Leverkusen. That's unfortunate. Inter will get... Ouch. Bayern Munich. They're second in the top division at the moment. But obviously, they're the best team there is in Germany. That is going to be a tough game. I can't be asked for all these. That is a really hard draw. Bayern Munich punishing us for coming second yet again. Alright, let's get on with this. Let's just beat AC Milan. Let's finish the episode on a high. Let's break our bad form. And let's get a good result here. Against the Milan. We're at home. Not that it makes much of a difference in the Milan derby because they play at the same stadium, although according to Football Manager they don't. Let's do this. What's interesting to me is we have just on another note, we have a balance of 5 million, but I've been given 30 million to spend. So obviously, I'm not going to touch that. Finocchi is injured. When did he get injured? Oh, whiplash, didn't he? Bruce Shin. When did that happen? Not having a clue. Which does mean we're going to have to play a Bianchetti-Ogbonna partnership again, unless... No, we'll have to go for that. And we're going to go with the same side, just to keep it consistent. So let's get into this one straight away. Hoping for a win. Obviously, AC Milan are on good form so far. Well, good form at the moment. Let's get the players all hyped up. They're loving it. They're loving it. And Zaza, are you loving it? He is this time. Good boy. So let's do this. We lose this, we drop down to 4th. Simple as. Carbonaro. Toivonen. Hernandez. Why are we doing this to ourselves? That was a poor start. What are we doing? Not even a minute played. Hopefully we can bounce back straight away. I don't understand because we're better than we were last year. Obviously the defence is a weak point because there's not the quality available. And Berardi just lost the ball. Hernandez loses it to Bianchetti though. Good lad. Pirlo to Insigne to Florenzi. He just gives it back to him. That's poor. This is frustrating. Berardi's got room to move into now. Florenzi to Insigne. Insigne should play to Zaza. To Sansone. It's the post. How has he not got the rebound? Zaza. Corner. Santon in. Sansone. Ogbonna gets his first goal for the club. Wow. I'm glad we hit back straight away. That's important. I'm not that sounds. We'll do SP and HD. It looks different. Santon to Sansone to Zaza to the back of the net, and we're 2-1 up. The corner tactic we've got going has worked wonders here, and we've got 2 goals from it in a matter of about 10 minutes. Santon into Sansone. Sansone spins on the ball, passes it into Zaza, who slots it calmly underneath the AC Milan goalkeeper. Diego Lopez is. And thankfully we have bounced back. Insigne into Sansone. Down to Zaza. What kind of goal was that? Was that a header? I think it was. And we're 3-1 up. This game has taken a really good turn. It's lovely. Insigne into Sansone. He's got like his 3rd assist of the game, I think. And Zaza heads it in. There's a chance straight from kickoff here. Hopefully we don't concede straight away and give AC Milan a chance back into this game. Pirlo, I think he's playing against his former club. I think he did play for AC Milan, didn't he? So it's 2 former clubs in as many games for Pirlo. Perrine does okay. I'm still not sure about Perrine. I'd really like to sign Scuffet, just because I don't trust Perrine. He just seems to have these moments where I just want to. He makes me one of my toes curl. It's like, oh my god, what are you doing, Perrine? But he has moments of brilliance as well. He's a really tricky goalkeeper to assess. I wouldn't mind him as a backup, even though he is a really, really good goalkeeper. But I'm thinking that Scuffet plays for Udinese. Oh god, Hernandez has just run rings around us there. How have we let him do that? Great goal by Hernandez, but we have just... What is that Darmian there? Bianchetti and Darmian just make a mess of that, and he should not be getting there. He should not be allowed to do that. And it's frustrating because we do really well, and then we just watch our defence let us down. But let's not get too dramatic just yet. We're still 3-2 up. The important thing in this game is that we just get the result, as Pirlo almost scores a free kick. Santon into Sansone. Can we get... Oh, he doesn't do it properly. Right, doing okay. You got to kick on. I'm going to tell him, that Bianchetti, that I'm not happy with him yet. And he's looking fired up. And same for Florenzi. He's been a bit shit recently. I need them to press. I need those to play. They're both going to be integral parts of the team, I hope, for years to come. So if he's not going to... so we need him to start to performing. It's just getting worse for Florenzi this game. So I'm going to have to take him off. Just disappointing. I don't really think the Signorini-Pirlo partnership in midfield works too well, but we've got no choice. If Florenzi's playing that poorly, I might have to start dropping him. It's a shame because we spent so much money on him, but Sansone's got the ball here as Diego Lopez saves it. They did say AC Milan weren't great from set pieces and before this game. It's been proved here Signorini loses it to Siglio. Sensigne, unlucky. I can't really take Bianchetti off. I don't want to disrupt the back line too much. But we're going to do one thing just to try and get that up next goal. We're going to bring on the former AC Milan player in Churchy. He spent a year on loan there before he's joined us on loan for these 2 seasons. Can he get a goal against his old club? Hopefully. And Sone in. Sigrini's got to score. He does! What a lovely strike that was. He doesn't score very often, but he's come off the bench and hopefully he's got the goal to win us this game. A lovely first touch away from the defender. A left-footed strike. No saving that. If that defender there, if that Atsu jumps, he probably stops that goal going in. So just to... Whoa. That disappeared way too quickly. We're going to bring on Viviani for Perlo. Just to... because he's on low fitness. And that should be a game, set and match for us. If we can get a 5th, that'd be awesome. But I'm not going to be greedy. But it looks like it might be on the card. Signorini loses to Poli though. Hernandez has caused us all sorts of problems today. Going to Carbonero. Bianchetti clears it off the line. Can we break? Oh no, we can't. And that looks like game over. Santon though plays it to Churchy. Doesn't get the ball. Signorini loses out to an injured Gargo. And he's not giving up AC Milan. That's admirable. Not on the bench, yeah. Suso though. We've got Suso. Got a decent team, AC. Viviani though tackles him, and that is game over. It is. Oh, unless... Oh, unlucky. But yeah, 4-2. Another kind of a demolishment of AC Milan. Good way to bounce back after a few disappointing results. Obviously, I'm surprised Toivonen gets man of the match considering Sansoni got 3 assists. But that leaves us in a... That's kind of salvaged some... salvaged the... our league form a little bit. We're actually going to continue just to see how Roma and Juventus get on, and then we'll come back afterwards and we'll see how we see what the situation is in the league. So neither of them are playing exactly tricky teams, but you never know. Juventus have had a habit of slipping up this year. Roma not so much. Both of them away from home though, so you never know. We're Avellino and Udinese fans at the moment. Well, Udinese have beat Roma 2-1, but Avellino lost 7-0. Fucking hell. 7-0. 4 goals for Llorente to Juventus. And what does that do to the league table? We're now sitting in 3rd position, 4 points off top. Thankfully, Udinese got that win, and it has closed it up a little bit. And it's looking okay. It is looking okay. If we can press on and get some good form going, if you look at our schedule, we haven't got a tricky team. Well, we've got Napoli. But we haven't got a really, really top team until the latter part of the season. So we could go on a good bit of a run here. But we're going to leave it there for this episode. The next game we play will be the Bayern Munich first leg in the Champions League knockout round. And hopefully we can get a good result there. And hopefully you'll see a lot of green in this 7 or 8 game period between now and then. So as always, boys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, or if you just haven't done so already, hit subscribe. And as always, follow me on Twitter. And I will catch you all next time for a big game where we invite Bayern Munich to the San Siro. Talk to you later, lads.